Hey everybody, it's RV Lady. How are you doing? Well, I totally realized today that I didn't do a February update. So before March, look, there's an error. Okay, I don't know what that means. I'm closing it. Oh, I'm back. Anyway, as I was saying, I didn't do a February update. Totally bye-bye. Didn't do it. I have been doing other things, staying busy. The what's going on here? Zip and I are in town right now, and we've been boondocking out at a location for the last few months, getting work done. And anyway, that's kind of all I know. Let's see. Let me think. Thinking. March came in like a lion, and February had left like a lion, so I guess that was fair. I don't know that I told you the story of getting sick. I started having abdominal pain, and so I thought it was diverticulitis. Yeah, Google. So anyway, long story long, I ended up going to the emergency room where I did not have diverticulitis or apparently anything else wrong with me. I'm healthy. And so glad about that, but it was just kind of very weird, and the doctor still hasn't figured out what it is. And of course, I had to go see my GP and stuff like that. But here I am, abdominal pain, diverticulitis, and the only way out of here is, to drive my RV out of here. Well, okay, that's not true either. I had other options, but I didn't want to leave my RV here because I didn't know when I was coming back. So, I lost the linkage to the transmission on the way out. Yeah. So I pulled into a gas station and pulled up to the pumps, and I was also on the place where the big truck comes in and refills also a tank at the gas station. I was also parked there and lost the linkage on the RV. And if I hadn't been in pain and on my way to the emergency room, et cetera, then I would have crawled underneath the RV with a zip tie and put it back together until I could, fix it. It was that easy of a fix. So long and the short of it was I had to have AAA tow it, and that was a nightmare in itself. Oh, AAA, what are they doing? I don't know. It was, we'll have somebody there in 45 minutes. And understand, I'm suffering from just obscene abdominal pain. Obscene. So it ended up that I left the RV there at the pump, had my son-in-law come and pick me up, take me to the emergency room. And the tow truck guy showed up at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and this was at 9:15 in the morning. Oh! So AAA really let me down, and has subsequently been letting me down. What else has been going on with me? The Suzuki nightmare. So I took the Suzuki in, had the carburetor rebuilt, figured that was the problem, and that didn't end the problem. And then I had some other work done to it, exhaust work, blah, 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 keep going. Hey, Zip. Hey, Zip, what are you doing? I'm busy here. Yeah, look at the camera. Yeah, that's the guy. There you go. There's it. Yeah, don't lick me. You know how I hate that. I hate it. It's like they're preparing to eat you when they lick you. Okay, it's not about they need salt or whatever. No, they're preparing to eat you. They lick their food and then they eat. So I have no idea where I was. Suzuki. So anyway, I don't think they rebuilt my carburetor. I really don't think they did. I think they just charged me $550 and didn't do anything. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to go back and get my money on that because I took it to another mechanic, and the mechanic says, yeah, nobody rebuilt this carburetor in the last, 10 years or whatever. So I finally was sane enough to come up with what may or may not be the solution. I'm not sure. And that is a can of, God, what is it called? Carburetor cleaner? It's spray. Spray it down into the carburetor. Okay, it says on the instructions, do not spray it down in the carburetor. But, or don't spray it on something. I don't know. But you know what? I coated the whole thing with it. I didn't care. I was done. And the Suzuki runs great. After all that, I bought 2 cans of that carburetor cleaner. I used an entire can. And so now I have 1 can left. Never leave home without it. And the Suzuki does 60 miles an hour like it's doing 20. It's amazing. And what was really interesting is I turned on the engine, because it actually, in the instructions, it said turn on the engine before spraying down into the carburetor. And so I sprayed it down in there, in this volcano, this plume of crap just shot out of the carburetor. It was amazing. It was a lot of it, too. It was amazing. So, ended up driving it around yesterday. I just did this yesterday. Ended up driving it around, and it did great. One of the RVers out here who's also boondocking has, and this is another story, has a one of those buffer things, you know, to buffer. So I was going to buff the RV out. Yeah, no, that's totally worth paying somebody to do. That's hard work. Yeah, that was no fun for me. So I did like a quarter of the RV and said, yeah, I'll pass. Thanks. This is a job for professionals. And then I also painted back to the Suzuki. Um, when you're out in the desert, of course, is very drying. And so a lot of things will dry out or prematurely, I don't know, not be lubricated suddenly. So you have no lubrication on something. So I have that silicone, lubricant, something, something. And, oh, the other thing, back to the Suzuki, forget the whole lubrication thing. But the other thing that it was doing was, it's like taking the paint off the Suzuki. I have no other way of saying that. Plus, there were some rust spots that I wanted to get rid of. And so I sanded down the hood and sanded down all the places that had rust on them. And, you know, got or had black spray paint, but it's designed for hot surfaces like engines and things like that. And I sprayed the hood of the Suzuki, and it looks pretty great. I was really surprised. It came out really well. I'm going to get 1 more can and do it again, but in this little town, they don't have. If they do, they charge 3 times the price that you would pay it. Okay, anywhere else. Let's see what else is going on. And for those of you who, I just saw something. And for those of you who don't know where I am, well, actually, probably none of you know where I am. I'm in a little town called Borrego Springs in Southern California. It's in San Diego County. And I really enjoy it here. Though I have moved to a variety of different boondocking sites, and occasionally I stay at an RV park just because I want to give the generator a rest. Oh, generator, yeah. I had generator problems at the beginning of March. That was really interesting as well. I have an Onan 4000 generator. Let me tell you this briefly about how I fixed it. And it started surging, you know, it started doing that. It was so annoying, I can't even tell you. And we have high winds, and again, very dry out here. So I looked at it, I put a new air filter in it, thinking, you know, air filter. It doesn't have a fuel filter. I changed the oil, which I do every, yeah, I read the manual. It's every 150 hours as opposed to 50. And so I changed that, and still the surging was there, the surging was there. And I could see this little spring that was connected to a bar. I have no idea what anything's called, but the spring was really loose and all bunched up. And so I thought, that just looks wrong. So what I did to fix it is I wrapped that spring around 1 more time and then connected it to the nothing that it connects to. And yeah, fixed it. And that little spring is just, it's wire. And it just got loose. It just became stretched or whatever. And I wrapped it around and fixed it. And now the generator works better than it has ever worked. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. It powers up my house batteries in 40 minutes, where before it took like 2.5 hours. That's the other thing that I went through, is I got new house batteries. Yeah, somebody shoot me in the face on that one. And then the reason for that is because I don't know anything about batteries. I hate it. I mean, I enjoy electricity. If the grid went dark tomorrow, I'd be okay with that almost. And but I didn't understand how you match them. And so I bought 2 batteries at 2 different places, and they were mismatched. So I ended up taking one back and getting the correct battery. And so, and now it's fine. But as I said, now the generator will literally charge my batteries in 45 minutes or less. It's probably less. I get so used to hearing the generator that I don't hear it anymore. It's white noise. You know, I don't hear it. And so sometimes I forget it's on, quite frankly. So that's about all that's going on with me. Really nothing. I am working towards the end game, which is why I returned to California. That and the fact that the soil of the farm was really bad. But I am working towards the end game on the project. But the project has changed significantly. But I'm going to end up having a whole new channel for that. And only you people here on RV Lady, because you'll never see my face over here at the other channel. You people here will know this, maybe. I don't know. I haven't decided if I want to disclose my, Superman identity or Superwoman identity. I guess it's better. Let's see. Is anything else going on? Zip is fine. I can't think of anything else that's gone wrong with the RV. No, nothing. Meeting a lot of people from Canada. They come here and they're just so in love with it. They are. They're just in love with California. They're in love with the area here. Which, what's not to love? It's just hiking and the whole area. No matter where you go, you see something new and awesome. And the geology alone is worth a. But yeah, I enjoy it. Let's see. Nothing else is going on with me. If if you guys know Nana's Joy, she and I did the RV Women Hangout, and she had back surgery last Wednesday, and so she's back home. She's recovering, and she fell while in Florida. I've said this before. She fell while in Florida and re-injured her back. She had already had back surgery before, but then she developed bone spurs, and I never want to find out what that is. And then something pinched her knee, something. I have no idea. But anyway, she's back home now. I received a text from her today, and she showed me her scar. Oh, scars! It's a big scar. It's really good. I'm thinking, this is kind of spur of the moment because I'm sitting here, just like when I made the last video, I'm sitting at the public library here in town in the RV, which obviously, and though I come to town often, I don't come in with the RV. The only time that I come to the library, honestly, is when I am in the RV after I've dumped the tanks and taken on water, which is what I did. And then I also you guys are going to think I'm crazy, but I go through a lot of water. And it's not like 2 showers. I think it's from doing dishes. I do dishes every day, but I don't know. But I also picked up here. I'll show you. That's 20 gallons of water that I put in water bottles. Yeah. And then what I use that water for, just tasks, just things. Like I can use like 2 gallons washing the RV. And I like the RV to not get piled with dirt and dust and whatever's roaming in the air. And it's been windy here, so I try to keep it clean. I also use it for laundry with my little Panda washing machine, which I've had for what, a year and a half, maybe 2 years. I still love it. It still looks great. And it is such a nice alternative to going through laundry. But I'm not really laundromat oriented. But because to use the Panda, honestly, it takes 6 gallons of water to get my clothes clean and things like that. So, but I really enjoy the Panda. I enjoy having really clean clothes. Okay, I guess that's it for me. I'm not sure if you guys can chat on this. I'm going to kind of concentrate on moving things around because I saw something that said I could chat. So I really don't know if I can. I have no idea how to get there. I really don't. Let's see. I have 9 viewers. Hello, 9 viewers. How are you? I know. If I look tired, it's because I'm tired. I have been not sleeping well for many moons. And, if you're, what time would that be? Probably dusk, just right before. If you look to the west, you can see Pluto. I think it's Jupiter. There are some planets that are lining up, but Jupiter, being an enormous planet anyway, is really big and bright in the sky. You'll be able to see it tonight, which is March 12th. You should be able to see it really, really well. And for those of you from Canada, I really want to wish you a happy Commonwealth Day. I was talking to a Canadian here, friend, and she says, she's from Canada. She goes, what the hell is Commonwealth Day? She said, she didn't know either. But she's darling. She leaves her RV at probably 8 o'clock in the morning and comes back just before dark. And she is out there exploring and looking and driving. She's got a Jeep 4-wheel drive. And she just spends the entire day just in awe of this area and wanting to see it all. She has to leave by the 1st of April. And so she's kind of freaking out that time is running out for her. So, and she's got to go back up to Canada. If you have any questions, send me questions. I'm good with questions. I'm pretty good at getting back to people. And that's all I know. Okay. Okay, smile and be brave. This is RV Lady over and out. I will try to do more updates than I have been doing. And you know what it is? I decided these live things are so much better. I do not enjoy recording video and then editing it because I would have edited this down to about 2 minutes. And I don't enjoy doing that. I just don't. I'm over it. And plus I'm really very busy. And for those of you watching, what I'm going to do, or watching me or whatever, is it's kind of a long story, but I had an agent. My agent got being up with last thing. And so that kind of threw a big wrench into the wheel of life for me. And so what I have decided to do is I'm going to create a TV show. Yeah. I'm gonna do that. That's what I'm gonna throw money at. And instead of throwing money at a brand new RV for me, I'm gonna throw money at that. So, um, there's a lot to do, and um, of what has to be done in order to create a TV show. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna create a TV show. So, anyway, yeah, talking to studios, talking to people. It's not like I don't have a script. It's not like I don't have the script for 2 years. It's not like I don't already have the pilot written. Um, because all of these things were supposed to be handled via my agent. And yeah, I could get another agent, but oh my God, that is an exercise in it is an exercise in insanity, and it's about who you know and stuff like that. And I don't know anybody anymore, and so everybody I know is retired. So I'm pulling a few people out of retirement, and they're very happy for that. So anyway, if you made it this far, then you know what I'm up to. And when it's not going to come out for, I mean, it won't be filmed until next year, so it'll come out following year, so 25. I mean, 2020. And okay, that's it. I lost 2 viewers during that. I had, or 4. Okay, so bye. Life is good. Enjoy yourself. Smile and be brave. Bye.